Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the November 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as many of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's happening in November. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you, Taurus. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, starting in column number 1. Again, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So we have the summary affirmation card of center. This means we've had a pretty balanced and centered last few weeks. So I really like this for you, Taurus. Not a lot of people can say we've had that kind of calm, we've had that kind of balance. So I like that you've had a nice, well-rounded, centered, balanced last few weeks. Let's go ahead and take a look though, see what cards we've got coming through here for you. So the first thing that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal. So there's definitely been some sort of recovery, some sort of renewal, some sort of reviving of energy. So again, feeling better. So I love to see that, Taurus. Makes sense we're getting that kind of that balance, that harmony, that center type energy. So again, nice renewal of energies here. Looks like we might have had some issues, but it's like we've kind of recovered from them, it seems. The next card that we have is the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. Again, I feel like we've just really created this hope. We've created this balance. We've created this well-centered energy for ourselves. So nice job creating for you, creating that balance for yourself, that harmony for yourself. And at the bottom, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords can be a card of worry, stress, anxiety, grief, not sleeping well. But again, we've renewed, we've recovered, we've moved past that point. So we're to a much better centered place. So I'm not saying it started that way, but it appears that it ended that way, which I love for you, Taurus. Looking at our clarifiers now, we have the Ten of Cups. If you've watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. It's a card of everything wonderful. We have a nice happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house in the background. We really got back to that point of joy, contentment, happiness, well supported, well rounded. So I love that. Really nice pairing between the Star and the Ten of Cups there. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a card of being in a position of power. We have control here, we have influence here, and you knew that, and you took advantage of that. So again, you were able to create this reality for yourself, get yourself rebalanced, get yourself re-centered. You were in control though, and you knew that. At the bottom here, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is always favorable for you, Taurus, so this is good to see. This was like an aha wake-up moment, so something that happened where you were like, I need to snap out of this not feeling very good Nine of Swords energy. So there was like some sort of aha, some sort of wake-up moment there. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to just what's coming for November in general. So any kind of key messages coming through here for you. First up, we have the reaction card. This is always such an interesting one, and I like to tread lightly with how I say this, Taurus, but this goes one of two ways. So something may happen this month that could cause us to have an overreaction, so just be aware of that. I don't love the word overreaction, so I like to be careful how I explain this card, but in the moment it might feel like it's so much bigger than it is. The other meaning of this card is something may happen and you have no reaction to it, and that's not really right either. So sometimes this is saying don't overreact, and other times it's saying, hey, you do need to process through, feel the feels, understand what happened there, right? So let's look now at our cards for November. I cannot believe it is November already. First up, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. This is kind of coming through as self-control though. So again, do we have too much self-control where we're not having any reaction at all? Or maybe are we in the situation where we could be overreacting to something? So again, we just need to kind of keep an eye on that. Up next, we have the Magician. The Magician card is anything is possible with the Magician. It's very inspired action. It's turning visions into reality. I don't know what's going to happen this month for you, Taurus. I don't know what's driving the reaction or the non-reaction. But I do know that with the Magician card, anything is possible. So it doesn't really matter what happens per se. It's then what you do with it afterward. So how do we turn our visions into reality from where we're at, where we stand right now, where we want to go, right? So anything is possible, but we need to take that inspired action. So that's what we need to be thinking about, is where we land, where are we going to go from there? And at the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional, conventional card. I like this. You're going to have kind of like a boring, same old month, but sometimes those are some of the best months, and that will help keep this kind of balanced, the centered energy. We don't need a wild, eventful November, so let it just kind of be plain-o. I do know for some of you, especially in the States, this is Thanksgiving as well, so maybe some really nice Thanksgiving traditions that are happening there, or other holiday traditions. Also, this is expectations, and I feel like generally speaking, November is going to exceed your expectations. So I really like to see that. Let's take a look at our clarifiers now. First up, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of making a decision. So again, we have to process here. You know, do we overreact? Do we underreact? Can we end up somewhere in between? But both the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands, this is very much so in your control. So I think this is more than anything, just be aware of how you're feeling, or if there are no feelings, Taurus, we need to look at that too, right? The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, delayed success, waiting. It does seem like there's this thing that you want, so the thing that you're asking for the Magician for, but we've been waiting on it. But again, now is the time to start taking inspired action. So remember, I just said, wherever you land, wherever you are, Taurus, now is the time and the place to take action. So wherever you land, what is the plan from there? And at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Wands. So repeat Queen of Wands for this column. Really, this is just you doing your own thing. Be very confident in the things you're doing. I do think that some of you could be leading the tradition, Taurus, so make sure you take the lead if you feel like that's your place to lead some of these traditions. But enjoy the month. I think you will enjoy the month. This flower is really sticking out to me. I just think you're going to have a nice November. You're going to have a nice holiday, so I like that. Okay, let's take a look at our next column, which is now anything related to money. So a quick money message for you. Put the same time and effort into learning your personal finances and the financial market as you would any other skill. Study the ways money flows throughout your economy and maximize your opportunities. Do not be afraid to face the facts. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses we run, investments we have, whatever we associate with money here, Taurus. First up, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the action card. It's the doer card. It's new project. So I do think you're taking on something new here, but it's keeping this calm, this balance, which I love. So I do see you taking on a new project. I see you taking new action, but it's not like a burden, which is great here, Taurus. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love the Wheel of Fortune. You've had both the Ten of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune now. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is good luck, good fortune, and it's a turning point. It's a shift here. So we are shifting from one focus to another here, Taurus. But I love that the Temperance is coming into play still. So there's still this nice sense of balance and harmony. So we're taking up something new, but it's not causing chaos. It's not causing burdens. It's not causing upheaval. So we get to start on something new and not be overwhelmed by it. The next, now looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of skill, quality, craftsmanship. Just because there's not like a huge time commitment or a huge effort or a huge burden that comes along with this new thing, we still want to make sure we put our best foot forward. So even, let's say, and I'm not saying it's going to be, but let's say it's easier, Taurus, air quotes there, still put your best work in. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is again that kind of card of skill, craftsmanship, doing really quality work. So really put your best foot forward. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is a card of enjoyment too. So I think you're actually going to like this new thing that's kicking off here, Taurus. It's just going to be lighter, easier, and something you seem to enjoy more. The Eight of Pentacles, though, is putting in that hard work and being able to reap the benefits of it. So again, still put out that quality work. And at the bottom here, we have the Hermit. The Hermit's a card of going within for clarity. This is doing things that we enjoy at our core. So I love to see this. There's just such a nice sense of enjoyment, balance, harmony. There's really no negative words coming through here, Taurus. So be grateful for that. Not a lot of people get to say that about money and career. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So a quick love message here. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, anything that you associate with love. First up, we have the Queen of Cups. It does look like there's something we need to work on a little bit here. I feel like we're going to heal. We're going to repair a situation with the Queen of Cups. If we look at our next card, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of like rivalry, challenge, obstacles. So it does sound or seem like there's some sort of issue, something that came up, some sort of problem that arose. So it's like we're going to now heal this, repair this, fix whatever this conflict was. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a great love card. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. So this is new baby, marriage, proposal, relationship. If you're single and want to go into a relationship, this is a great one for you. This could be the fresh start for the relationship after we resolve whatever this conflict may be. Some of you may be finding out there's a baby or a grandbaby. Some of you could be getting a new pet even, but lots of nice new love energy. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Ace of Swords. This is the conflict, so this is the new thing that's kind of rose that we need to heal, that we need to repair. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of feeling like we have to defend ourselves. There's competition. It's kind of confrontational. It's defensive. So this was kind of some of the response, the reaction to this disagreement. Again, I feel like we're going to heal. We're going to repair it though, which is great to see. The Queen of Swords at the bottom here coming in for a little word of advice also. The Queen of Swords is very open, very honest, very collaborative. Communicate, communicate, communicate to resolve whatever this little hiccup is that's going on here, Taurus. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Brilliance. Woo! You're ending this on a high note, Taurus. All high notes throughout, it seems. You are brilliant, Taurus, and you're going to have a brilliant November. So it's a really nice final message there. Let's see what cards we've got coming through here. Okay, so first up we have the Ten of Swords, or excuse me, the Ten of Wands. This can be a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. It's interesting because I feel like we're moving away from this. Everything is pointing opposite direction of this. So we're going to clarify, but I think this is more about where we've come from. But again, you're very well centered, very well balanced at this point. I don't know that there's going to be a lot that comes in as a burden, stress, exhaustion. The next card we have is the Devil card. This is kind of like the overdoing card. Again, these are almost opposite cards here. We don't have the stress, the burdens. With the Devil card, we don't have that, I don't think we're overdoing things. This could be like greed, addiction, envy, materialism, the overdoing. So it's nice that these don't apply. At the bottom here, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is being in that position of power, being able to take control, which you've really done. And that was what was in this first column, is taking control, not letting ourselves get stressed, not letting ourselves get exhausted, not overdoing things. Let's take a look at our clarifiers here now. So our first clarifier is the Eight of Wands. This is speed, action, change. Again, we've already made the change away from this Ten of Wands point, which is wonderful to see. It's actually also quite impressive, Taurus, how quickly you corrected this energy. Again, you knew things weren't right and you made the shift that you needed to make. On the next card we have here is the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it does not get any better than the Sun card. I can't say that enough. This is like happiness, joy, contentment, success. Again, these are things that we've overcome. The Ten of Wands, the Devil card, we're in such a good place, and I don't see that shifting anytime soon for you. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Cups. We also have a really good circle of support too, so we are well supported at this point, Taurus. But we should be celebrating this kind of balance that we've created, this brilliance that we've created for ourselves. So what a reading for November. I hope you have a fabulous month. Now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I should say 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have those questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the Two of Hearts. This is number 19 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Seven of Diamonds. This is number 38 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 3, we have the Queen of Diamonds, number 12 card. That's also going to be a yes. So 3 yeses across the board there for you, Taurus. Looking at our Healing Stones deck, we're going to find a crystal of the month for you. This month you have Garnet, which is good for crisis management, helps solve chaos, helps you be very confident and live into your power. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Taurus, your healing note says, what we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes part of us. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. If you have not done so already, please do subscribe. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Taurus, and I hope you have a wonderful November.